Lark Rise is the first in a trio of semi-autobiographical novels written by Flora Thompson. In 1945, the three were published together as Lark Rise to Candleford. They describe the author's childhood and adolescence in an English hamlet at the end of the 19th century. Lark Rise, the first novel in the series, named after the hamlet, is the most interesting. It takes place over an extended time span, probably from about 1876 to 1890. It's a time and a place that's difficult to imagine nowadays. Lark Rise is a collection of houses without any shops. To buy anything, one has to either walk to the local village several hours away or wait for a travelling salesman to appear. The inhabitants are all agricultural workers. They live off the land, but obviously life is hard. There are two chapters that I found especially interesting. The first is called Country Playtime. It describes the games girls used to play. What's fascinating is that so many of them were intensely ritualised. So, for example, in Here Come Three Tinkers, all but two of the players, a big girl and a little one, joined hands in a row, and the bigger girl took her stand about a dozen paces in front of the row, with the smaller one lying on the turf behind her, feigning sleep. Then three of the line of players detached themselves and, hand in hand, tripped forward, singing. The game continues with 4 lines of verse, then a reply, then everyone changes about, then more rhymes, then the climax, in which the conquering candidates come forward, then a scene in which the princess lifts up her supposedly sleeping daughter and confronts a line of princes, then another extended rhyme. And that's only one of many similar games. The second story I found particularly interesting comes from chapter 14, To Church on Sunday. One day a new rector appears, a Mr. Allport. He's been a medical student and he starts dispensing free medical treatment. Flora Thompson wryly comments, as usual, supply created demand. Before he came, illness had been rare in the hamlet, now suddenly everyone had something wrong with them. Eventually he leaves, at which point the author tells us all the invalids forgot their ailments. Lark Rise isn't as poetic as, say, Cider with Rosie, and it covers a much earlier time period. As a detailed description of a lost age, however, it's probably difficult to beat.